Okay, how'd that go for everybody? Did you gain any new awareness about where you are and where you want to be and what you have to do to get there? And were you able to start any new conversations with brand new people? And the other thing I'd love to talk about is the athletes panel that happened last night. From those of you who watched it and from those of you who leveraged it and got guests on it to watch it. It was a really, really good tool. And if you weren't able to get on live, and if your guests weren't able to get on live, it is recorded and it has been posted on the ASEA United Facebook page as well as the ASEA United Vimeo channel. So make sure that you access that. It was fantastic. The athletes talked about how comfortable they are with ASEA because of the blood doping testing that's going on by the WADA, World Anti-Doping Association, and how random they can just randomly test you. Cody Miller told a story about he was on vacation, and I think he was in Disney World or somewhere with his family, and the drug tester knocked on the door and wanted to do a drug test, and he's like, "This is unbelievable," but
Wow.
he doesn't worry about it because he's on ASEA. He knows how clean ASEA is, and he's been on ASEA for 10 years or more. So, Bria Larson also talked about the trust that they have with the company, that they don't worry. It's just a stress-free thing because they know that they're not going to turn out positive because ASEA is so clean. And they also shed a really great light on, somebody asked a question in the chat, why aren't more Olympic athletes on ASEA? And Bria explained that, as professional athletes, we get approached to use and promote new products all the time. And so we're a little gun shy. And so just as I am really loyal to ASEA, and so I'm not as open to other products because I already have my product, which is ASEA, other athletes that are loyal to their product, whatever it might be, they just are going to be less open to something like ASEA because they've already got their product that they're loyal to, that it's giving them good performance. And the other thing is the other reason that they might not be open to representing another product is because if it gives them a competitive advantage like ASEA does, they might just not want to tell their competition because they like winning. That's the whole point of athletics, right? So anyway, give me some feedback either on one of those three subjects.
The other thing, Cindy, that I thought was really interesting was how Bria talked about the danger kind of tampering with their different kinds of products and supplements. And so she talked about how valuable the pouch was in that way, that it was pretty much tamper free, which I thought was quite interesting. I never had thought of that aspect at all, but it makes a lot of sense with how, athletes' careers can be ended if they end up appearing to be doping. So I thought that was fascinating as well.
It's amazing. It's so prevalent. We think that we worry about our daughters in bars around the country, somebody slipping them a Mickey in their cocktail, but I had never thought about athletes, their competition, slipping something in their sports drink so that they get busted and can't win the race. I mean, I just never even thought about that. So you're absolutely right, Peg. And the pouch is a great way of avoiding that problem. So yeah, thanks for bringing that up.
Also, the Michael DiDonato is such an incredible heart. I just love listening to him. He's an incredible person. And, his whole story with Kyle, just amazing. And the story that he shared again, he's done that at convention, about the man that came in to ask him to make a racing chair for his son, is what got him started into the whole pushing Kyle. So a lot of rich things in that particular presentation. So it's really, really good.
Absolutely. And, Bo and I were privileged enough to watch I think his name is Don Hoy. I'm not sure if I'm saying his name right, but we saw the gentleman, evidently he just passed away. So that leaves all kinds of dynamics for his son, I'm sure. But anyway, and Michael was getting so choked up that I think the whole audience was getting choked up listening to him talk about the story. He was holding on as tight as he could. But anyway, we watched that gentleman push his son in several well, we watched him in the Boston Marathon, and then that's where our awareness, became aware of the guy, and then have followed him since then. It's just so heartwarming to see these people bringing such joy to these little handicapped kids' lives. And it's just incredible that Michael does it for a boy that's not even his own. It's just, just a true testament. And when you ask Michael, what is his why, to get up and train as hard as he does, he said, it's Kyle. He says, I'm the legs and he's the heart, that he'll just do anything for that heart. So yeah, no, I mean, and the other thing is that, athletes, they can be really cocky and very egotistical because, sometimes you have to be a good athlete, but our athletes are the most humble, most genuine, most authentic, I was texting somebody last night and I said, they're incredible people that do athletics. They're not incredible. I mean, they are also incredible athletes, but they're incredible people first. And they happen to be very good athletes. But the humanity that they displayed last night on that panel was just something to be proud of, that they're associated with our company. So yeah, absolutely. Anybody else?
And Sean Burke saying that he's been racing longer than the age of Cody Miller.
Yes. Yes, that I've been racing longer than you've been alive, right? Putting it all in perspective. And it was great to have athletes of all ages on the panel. The young track star from Utah who was learning things from Bria and Cody, talking about being affiliated with ASEA for over 10 years. And the young track star, I can't remember his name, was
Miles Marshall.
Yes, he was so eloquent and so well spoken, and obviously a brand new athlete in track and field arena, but just so great to hear the wide range of ages from him all the way up to Sean Burke, who is or up to what's her name, Peg?
Dexter
Yeager. I mean, in her 70s, unbelievable, and everyone in between. So that was a true display of not the sickest, but the fittest of the fit, from ages, 20 something to age 70 something. Unbelievable. Yeah, really, really great. Anybody else? All right, fantastic. Well, we're at the bottom of the hour. Thanks for participating this morning. We'll see you tomorrow on the Power Half Hour.
It was very enlightening looking at my dashboard.
There you go.
Something I didn't have.
Reality hurts sometimes. I've got a scale that tells me about my body 17 different ways, and I haven't even stood on it yet because it's too intimidating. So anyway, it takes bravery to look at the reality in the face, but reality is reality. So, closing the gap is something that we all can do, but we have to be aware of what the gap is before we can close it. So we'll see you guys tomorrow.
I was getting close to something really big, and then I realized I was lacking Director 300s. I mean, it was just shocking.
Just remember to go one step at a time. Don't try to go from Director 300 to Diamond. Go from Director 300 to Director 300 every single week, to Director 700, to Director 700 every week, to Bronze. Don't try to take too big of a step, because that's a form of self-sabotage, right? There's no way you're going to do it. You have to walk up the mountain one step at a time like everybody else. So don't try to fly up the mountain. You're not a bird, right? All right, you guys, see you tomorrow.